Hello, guys, to all my the 12 viewers who've been wondering where I went. I went and took a vacation to the Easybreeze Holiday Resort. I started off with one juicy primo, and for this video, my exploration team will be focused on mobility, and the only two characters I have that are good at it are Skirk and Mawika, so I'll be using them alongside Farina and Kazuha. I started off by helping this dude paint his surfboard, and I got scanned. Next up, I spat out some blue paint on these little floaty thingies for an exquisite chest. I was also timing how long it would take me to explore this region, which isn't here right now, but you'll see them later. Anyway, after completing a few races, I got rewarded with some chests. Next, I did this flying race thingy, which was very cinematic, and the night just adds on to it. So far, this was the most fun of the challenges because the rest were just painting on stuff. I was also generously rewarded for flying through all these rings. Then I proceeded to beat up some enemies, but who cares about that when we are meeting our goals? They proceed to yap for a bit. After the yap, we meet a capybara that's furious. After more yapping, we get rewarded with a generous 20 primo gems. Then we proceed to talk to this fat dude named Mango, and we discovered that he's selling counterfeits and running a scam. When told we discovered a scam, he tells us to mind our own business, so we proceed to beat the shit out of him and these three dudes that spawned out of nowhere. And we get rewarded with a common chest. Then I continued the regular where I paint some stuff and then I get rewarded with a chest. At this point, I'd recorded over 30 minutes of footage, and then only right now I discovered that Asha could walk on walls. Then I broke the rule of anime and started attacking when the opposition was still talking, and I proceeded to win that fight easily. I thought I was getting rewarded a precious chest for beating these three dudes, but it was just a remarkable chest. Sometimes things are just too good to be true. The next day I went inside the colorful caves and beat up more of these natlan warriors. Like the other natlan warriors, these ones were also taken down quite easily as they can barely land an attack, and then I just nuke them down before they can do anything. After I took them down, I saved this Asha and then I was rewarded with a precious chest for my efforts. Then I made my smooth exit while collecting an oculi. Then I repeated the cycle of beating up some enemies and getting a chest. This next puzzle was the bane of my existence. I kept falling off again and again and again, all because I couldn't aim this grapple ability on the Asha. The cycle continued and I failed the first time and the second time. This I already wasted 10 minutes of my time, so on the third try, I logged the hell in. The first two jumps are very easy, but on the first one, I fumbled and then I fell off, but it's nothing to worry about. I fumbled the second jump, which did waste a lot of time, but at least I didn't fall off the platform. Then I barely managed to make it on top of the platform in the sky, and then I fumbled again and then fell off this platform. And then I realized I've been playing this all wrong and that you're supposed to color these platforms and then they make this little grapple thingy which you can grapple onto. The rest of the puzzle was pretty easy when you know how to do it. With a minute left on the clock, I was rewarded with this heart and a generous precious chest. And right below that was a time trial. Surprisingly, I didn't fumble this one and then I was rewarded with just a common chest. And then while collecting some sweet flowers, I was attacked by this vicious whopper flower, which was beaten up so badly that it dropped a common chest, which gave me an achievement. Yay. When berries were given to this wooden alpaca, it summoned a few things like this tainted hydrophantasm and this owl statue until it eventually summoned a time trial, which makes us pop these yellow ball thingies, which, if I'm not mistaken, has not appeared anywhere else in the game other than this time trial. Anyway, this time trial was pretty easy and rewarded an exquisite chest for popping all 8 of the yellow balloon thingies. Then we took some pictures. did some fish on the ground, followed them and got rewarded with a chest. Collected an ocula on my way to color some balloons. Collected another pyrocula while coloring some balloons. After coloring some more balloons, I got rewarded with an exquisite chest. And then I decided to do this dude's quest, which after some yapping and coloring a building and some more yapping, I got rewarded with an exquisite chest. The second part of the quest line also gave the same reward. And for the next part of the quest, we meet up in a cave and then we fight some of these people. Also, if you have noticed, the timer is back since this time I didn't forget to record the timer. Completing that quest rewarded me with a purple color for the Asha, the last survivor of Tenochtitlan, or as I like to call him, the Pickle Man, is pretty easy to kill. All you do is hit him with electro attacks until he enters this phase. In this phase, you attack the hat that leaves a yellow trail, which I didn't know, so I just attacked whatever I could see, and eventually I killed the boss. Sitting down on this swing gave me a luxurious chest after completing the puzzle. Also remember the purple color the Asha unlocked after that one quest. That color allowed me to do this puzzle which gives an exquisite chest and a precious chest. And unfortunately I couldn't get the luxurious chest because it needs the green color and I have to do another quest for that. Then was the usual of coloring some balloons and getting rewarded with the chest. Also, did you know if you turn the blue guy yellow, the purple paranoia gets angry and start attacking you? And once it's dead, it rewards you with a chest. We find out the Pickle Man's cousin is in love with this NPC, which after finding out we get rewarded with a precious chest. I don't know what puzzle I did to get this, but there's just a precious chest lying uncollected there, so I just... Also, we should get this out to Hoyo to buff these NPCs because they get absolutely destroyed. Also, I hired Tainari to shoot some barrels in the sky because I need the Primo gems. Then was some climbing on rainbows for collecting pyroparticles, which rewarded me with an uncommon chest and then also access to an oculi. Then I proceeded to paint these Akasha cutouts. Then I beat up a Dendro Wyap who was easily taken down. Honestly, it wasn't even that hard. And also I got rewarded an exquisite chest. Then after getting some more chests, I proceeded to get one more chest again. Then with the Asha's ability, I cleaned up this big signboard. Also killed some slimes along the way. Then as always, I got rewarded with an exquisite chest. Then I found a precious chest where I would have never found it. Then I beat up some slimes and hilichurls for an Asha, and then it rewarded me with a rainbow heart and a chest. Then I found this joke of a boss called Radius Bonejack, Scion of Maribone. Quite the long name for someone who got defeated in like 5 hits. Anyway, after beating up this guy, I got rewarded with a precious chest. And then we find a dead person. Oh, never mind, he's alive. He just drank a bit. Then the cycle continues of meeting someone and then helping them out, then getting rewarded.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
Then was this game where you have to have 3 same color balls in a row for them to explode and then you win. So after one loss, I got rewarded with a chest after winning. So far it's always been do one thing and get a chest. So let's skip all that and skip to the good part. Then we meet the Pickle Man who gives us a quest and then we have to fight him. And right as we get to the good part, this guy named Puklai comes and tells us to stop fighting. Then we yap them more and then we meet Layla, the one from the Masters of the Night Wind, who got tricked to entering the 5hours event. Then Layla does something too and we see all these visions which I don't really understand. We see some Ashas that are dead and the murderer seems to be Enjo. And then we follow this invisible Asha. Then we meet Lali from the Measure of the Night Wind, and then we proceed to yap some more like the usual. We find out that the Pickle Man is a real Pickle Man instead of an on-set actor. We also see Enjo plotting his schemes. Anyway, we yap some more and then we end up in the Mer Javari. We keep going through the place until we meet Sitlali disguised as Enjo. Anyway, then we fight the Bakunawa, which we defeat. Then we proceed to yap some more with Enjo and Sitlali disguised as Enjo, and then we get rewarded with a chest. Then finally, I claim my achievements, and then the bonus I get for exploring the area, and then give my oculi to the Statue of the Seven, and end up with a grand total of 2,450 Primo Gems. And just so you know, I spent some along the way. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.